Garage. I've got a lot of updates to load. 40 is on the road. Can't tell by this picture or by this shot, but my shop was full of stuff. These are the rubber floor mats for the 55. But anyways, it's up and running. Just got to get a windshield in it, and I can't afford right now to get insurance on it. So if you want to help me get insurance on it, you can be my first Patreon partner. So anyways, just waiting on that. So there's not much I can do. Little things I can do, but since it's drivable but no insurance, I can't really drive it. But I can turn some attention now to the 55. So I haven't cranked it up in probably a year. Came out here and cranked it up yesterday and noticed that I had a wire, the hot wire going to the starter was smoking. And so I had to undo the wiring harness all the way from the starter, all the way from over here to all the way to where it basically splits right here. And then I finally found good wire. And what was happening is it was actually touching the exhaust manifold, and it grounded out and smoked this wire. So I've bought a nice thick gauge wire, and I'm going to put an inline fuse, and I'm going to rerun that, check all these wires in the wiring harness that were part of it, because some of them are melted just a little bit, but I think it's just some of the plastic insulator from the wire that melted. But I'm going to check all these wires, make sure they're all insulated well, rerun that new wire, put an inline fuse, and then clean all this up. Probably put a nice corrugated wire loom so that doesn't happen again. But it is just nasty dirty in here, and I have never even washed this thing. I brought it home about 2 years ago, whenever it was, 2.5 years ago, and it's just been sitting in my yard ever since. I cranked it up, and it's just been sitting here. So that is a 4-speed and a split transfer case from an 84, 85 FJ40, which I may put that beast in here at some point. But I'm going to do the old pressure wash job here, and I'm going to pressure wash the inside, pressure wash the outside, I'm going to pressure wash the underside. I'm going to pressure wash this engine bay, scrub it really good. So as I'm working on it, like even with this wire loom stuff, as I'm going through here, the wiring harness, it's just caked in mud and dirt and just nasty under here. So my boy at Dirt Every Day, Dirt Head Dave, and what's the other guy's name? I forgot. The main guy. I'm totally drawing a blank. Anyways, they recommend pressure washing and cleaning really good. Golly, I can't remember the guy's name. The main guy. His YouTube channel is I'm just totally drawing a blank. Anyways, I love Dirt Every Day. I watch it all the time. I watch the YouTube videos now that Dirt Every Day is no longer a show. You got Dave Chappelle, not the comedian, but the 4x4 guy, Dirt Head Dave, and the other dude, totally drawing a blank. He's the main guy. Anyways, they recommend pressure washing everything before you start working on it, and this is why, because it's just nasty. So I'm going to pressure wash this really good, and this is the before and after. So here's before and before. All the dirt. So I'll show you the after when I'm done. You don't want to watch me pressure wash, but anyways, I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so here's round one. All I did was pressure washer. No degreaser or purple power or anything. Just try to get the dirt off first. I'm going to spray the motor down and the front knuckles with some, this is AutoZone's new brand, Shop Pro, engine degreaser. It's $3.99. Says it does grease, grime, and dirt. So I'm going to do that. Spray down under here, spray the knuckles underneath. You can see the knuckles are pretty normal. Got grease and stuff. Just want to knock off some of the big stuff. A ton of mud came out from underneath, which I have a theory that this thing got stuck in the mud, and that's how it got basically abandoned. Because I think this thing sat out in a field for a long time, and I don't know if the transfer case broke or they broke something. The motor runs. I don't know if the transmission shifts yet and the transfer case works, because I hadn't gotten that far, but something caused this thing to sit out in a field for a while. But I'm gonna probably do the degreaser, maybe do some purple power next. I'm just basically gonna do about 3 more rounds, and I'll give you a look at it after I'm done each time. A lot of the dirt is out. I actually sprayed the seats too. I think these are from a Corolla, so they're Toyota, I think. Anyways, it does look a little better. A lot of the mud and stuff and dirt is out. When I get done, I'll get the blower and I'll blow it out. Just make sure I get as much water out as possible. But this thing sat in a field for a long time. Got a rain in it, so a little more water one more time is not gonna kill it. But you can see down here, look at all this mud that came out from underneath. So one step closer. All right, so I pressure washed this whole thing, and you probably can't tell much of a difference in the video, but it is clean in here now. It's just full of mud and dirt, especially underneath. I mean, this isn't even half of it. I swept this off, but this is all mud that was underneath this thing. Like I said, I think this thing was stuck in the mud at some point. They were doing some serious mudding with it. Engine bay. May not look any better to you, but it's definitely a lot less greasier. There was oil all on the head here from this oil valve cover gasket, and down there as well. The steering box was covered with junk. Let me show you the knuckles. They definitely look better. Might be a little dark, but they are definitely cleaner than they were. My 40, I had to pressure wash the knuckles on that thing like 3 times and get out with a scrub brush, steel brush, and scrub them to get them clean. But in here was just full of dirt and mud, so now at least it's cleaned out. Definitely gonna need some patches back here. There's a couple spots in the back, some holes, and right here as well. But for the most part, this thing will clean up. Just needs some elbow grease. Last thing I did, if you look on the ground, all those circle marks, I spun this thing around on a jack, put a jack underneath it, cranked it up, turned it. It'd go about a foot each time I did that. So I did it about 15 times, got this thing turned around. So now I can work on it. Sun comes up over my shop in the mornings, and it's shady up here until about noon. So I'll be able to work out of my shop and get this thing running again. I noticed when I was cleaning in there as well that the alternator has a burnt wire as well. So I'm gonna have to trace that one back, clean that one up too. So still lots of work. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and hit the like button. Thanks for watching.